want to welcome you all on behalf of Africell management, our CEO and entire staff. You might have seen the brief or invitation sent to you, and that is what we are here to officially put to the press and the media. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, welcome. Mr. Asise is my name. I think I need no introduction to you, but I would happily introduce the man sitting on my right here, Mr. Ibrahim Abari, who is our Human Resources Director here at Africell. A brother, a friend, a colleague. Interesting enough, he used to take care of us when we were playing football at now time. So
the bold enough say that I was your coach.
No, he wasn't my coach. Anyhow, so happy to have you, and what it is that we do. We will do this launching, and I definitely would like you to indulge, feel free to really put us to the sword, ask us questions about Africell, about what we intend to do, about what we've been doing, about how we intend to go about it, because that's what we are all about, and we are very happy to answer to those questions. Let me ask Mr. Ibrahim Barry before we go into anything. Let's just have a small silence prayers as a customary practice to just hope that we go through this thing in the best possible way. Thank you.
As Musa said, we welcome you all to Africell for another milestone, that is the Euro. I don't know whether Musa would let me go into the actual program that brought you here. But as he said, we'll take questions from you. Anything you want to know about Africell, welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you. The Euros are what you are called here to answer to and talk about. And of course, Africell is here launching officially its coverage of the Euro 2016 to kick off in France, Paris, on the 10th of June to the 10th of July. It is the 15th edition of the Henry Delaney Trophy. And it's a competition that is just second to probably the World Cup. If you want to equate it to the Copa America or the Nations Cup, yes, all very landmark tournaments. But the Euros, because of its organizational strides and on the manner in which it's always been competed for, probably can only be described as second best to the World Cup. And Africell, as always, have been priding themselves over the years for putting what it is at the global level, at the global scale, on our national screen for the benefit of the Gambian viewers. And here we are for the record time. I think this is the fourth consecutive Euros we're putting on the screen, coupled with 4 or 3 World Cups from 2006, 2010, 2014, and of course coupled also with the Nations Cup. Here, Africell's champions, all these things, at a huge cost. At a huge cost, and that's very important to note. For who? For the Gambian public. And we at SJAG, and I think I stand to be corrected in here, are always very proud to have been associated with Africell, because to be honest with you, Africell boasts of the fattest sports portfolio in terms of support in the country. Nobody can contest that. Nobody. And this is just one of the things that we do, and it's important for the public to know. It's important for you as sports reporters and presenters to know some of the facts that makes Africell stands out. That is why Africell was also awarded an unrivaled support to institutions in support of sports, because when you compete with people, you have to try to be equal. But when you are not equal with somebody, you cannot compete with them. For the simple reason, Africell boasts of 1.4 million subscribers in the country, and if you put all the rest of the GSM's companies together, you cannot get 1 million subscribers. A fact on the records. So with all that, that's why we are where we are, and thanks to the public who entrusted, identified themselves with Africell because of the services that we give out, because of the products in the market. And that's why we are able to stand out. And that's why we are also very much careful in going out to also respond to the needs of the public. What's very important in this year's coverage of the Euros is going to be a very, very, very big surprise, because I can tell you that Africell is going to surprise you all, especially the Gambian public, because there is a complete promotion surrounding the Ramadan, surrounding the World Cup at the end. European Championship. We're going to surprise the public because there's going to be a huge amount of money that's going to be given out. And I mean huge. Huge is not 20, not 50, not 100, not $200,000. As always, that's what we pride ourselves with. And we will always amaze the Gambian public. So that's why today, officially, Africell is launching its coverage of the Euros on national television. 30 days of football, 51 matches, 24 days of actual football, because the other days are there for the teams to rest. All will be covered. What makes this thing interesting is because we want to give it a Gambian flair, we want to give it a Gambian touch, because we want to use our own expertise, and some of you will be involved, and our own people to talk the football the language that we understand. Not that we cannot speak the European language of football or another level of football, but at least something that we can all identify ourselves with. And to be honest, you all know what I think I'm talking about, but that is not to suggest that we are not good. I believe we are very good, but we can always become better. And that's what Africell prides itself over. That's what we do as much as we want to. So here, today, you will be given the opportunity to indulge, to ask, to find out, so that we can feed the Gambian public the relevant information in what it is that we intend to do this year on national television. There's going to be a lot of entertainment, a lot of goodies to be given out. I don't even want to attach a figure, but what I know is that we'll get the public talking again, and that's what we do. Whenever we go on to national television, we attract so much followers, because we've always been bombarded with this view that we watch TV because Africell is on TV, because we don't do things like people do. We come and do things differently because they believe that we brought in expertise. They believe that they can trust in what we do, and we take pride in that also, because we are a team that believes in the quality. It believes in the level of delivery, because that sets us apart from the rest. But be rest assured that when we are ready with the studio work at GRTS, we've already signed our contract, we've already agreed, we are putting up our modalities as to how to go about this year's coverage, and hopefully when it comes out, you all will be invited to the opening, as always, and so that you can have something to talk about and follow the European Championship on our schedule, with our timing, with our coverage, on our watch, and with our delivery. So on that note, I think if there is anything that Mr. Barry wants to add up, we'll be very happy. The other important thing is that Ronald Senghor will be with me during the entire tournament, because he will be there to really do what we do best, entertain you, give out what it is that the public, even though it's going to be in the Ramadan, there's always going to be something that will be used to cheer the fasting public and the non-fasting public, because we belong, and that's what we are as Gambians. We hope that everybody will be glued to their television sets, and hoping that some goodies will be coming their way, because there is a lot for everybody. I thank you.
Thank you, Musa. So it's always difficult when Musa starts or speaks before you to add anything. He said it all. I think, as I said earlier, I'll wait for the question-answer session to see where I can give my input.
Thank you.
But for the introduction, he said it all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I think we are all very set, and I'm very happy to welcome any questions from all the press and media here present.
What motivates Africell to the Euro Championship? What's your motivation?
This is the fourth or fifth European Championship we are sponsoring on television. And three consecutive World Cups in Germany 2006, in South Africa 2010, and in Brazil 2014. Africell has been on the screen, bringing it to the Gambian public, and of course the Nations Cup. As I said here, Africell has the fattest portfolio when it comes to sponsorship of sports compared to anybody in this country. So when you ask about motivation as to what could motivate Africell to sponsor, as the biggest GSM operator in the country, we have a reason and a belief as our responsibility, as a part of our CSR, to see how best. Motivation has to do with inspiring the public, because we're inspiring the public. We showing the public that we care about them, so we have to try and bring them something that they could call theirs, identify themselves with. That is one very important thing that we do in here. Motivate, because we believe in quality, we believe in whatever it is at the global stage. Because if you look at what it is that the European Championship, how many people are watching it? The whole world, the entire European population are watching it. Africa, South America, China, India, subcontinents of Australia, all are watching the European Championship, because we say that football lives in Europe, whether you believe it or not, and it's up to you. So that's why we are there. Surprise. What is it that, if we want to divulge what is this surprise, then it's not a surprise anymore. But it's a surprise. The gist of it all is that we're going to create a millionaire at the end of the day. How we're going to do that, we will find that out later. Because you remember Africell, we've done that before, but in a different way and on a different and a bigger budget. So that's why this year is going to be very, 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 very special. It's bigger than anything that we've ever done before, for your information. My friend was asking about Nawetan. Why are we sponsoring this thing? And if you look back or you recall on the history, Africell's history, every single Nawetan in this country, Africell has sponsored. Africell has done more for Nawetan in this country than anybody. A couple of seasons ago, this hall would have been jam-packed with teams from all over the country picking up their Nawetan jerseys for nothing, for free. Just come in and, and the last of Nawetan that we sponsor was Brickham. So Nawetan, Africell is very much in touch with what's happening. We wish we could go on and cover and sponsor everything. Perhaps let me just reflect on Africell's sponsorship of what it is that is sports. Before anything to do with Gambia for Goal or whatever, Africell was the first to have been footing Coach Paul Potts' wages. Footing, that is paying for Coach Paul Potts when he came in. So Africell was the company that were paying his wages. So just to show you how far back we were, when nobody was trying to even think of doing anything, that's what where Africell started. Yeah. Thank you. Any other question?
I just want to add a little bit on what you've just answered, starting with the lady about motivation. As Musa puts it, when you say motivation, is to motivate people. And sponsoring the Euro, we see that people are motivated. It's a public demand. People want to see the Euro without any distraction or obstruction, and we provide that. And people love it. We got that from the feedback and responses from the past events. I think that answered your question. And for the other guy about surprises and whatever, it will be lucrative. That's all we can say for now. For the gentleman about the Nawetan, Nawetan is interesting, but so is the Euro. We're here to satisfy our customers. If they demand for an event, we have to do everything to satisfy them. For the Nawetan, we'll continue to support. As Musa said earlier, register a team, bring your registration form and everything, and we give you jerseys. That's how it started. So we'll continue as far as sports is concerned.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to ask, it's quite evident that GRTS has a history of unreliable broadcasting. You know, so what are some of the strategies or mechanisms that you are putting in place in making sure that this event that you are sponsoring goes well according to plan, making sure that people don't go out to video clubs and watching their EuroLeague football matches?
I'll just say this thing on the record. What's important here is that we have a modality. We have working modalities with GRTS. Yes, there could be some problems at times, but we try as much as possible to make sure that we have the list of problems. We started working with GRTS some 2 weeks ago. We identify a team, they identify a specific team that works throughout this entire tournament. Nobody comes, nobody goes. It's the same people who are going to cover the whole thing. We have our designs that we are being worked on, at the moment. We're almost creating a new studio at GRTS. When you're talking about programming, we know that sometimes mostly there are 3 matches a day. And I think they will also have to restructure some of their programs. The news would not come at 8, for example. That's only going to be 1 news, and that's 10 o'clock news. So these are some of the things. 3 matches a day, fix up 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. That's all in GMT, that's Gambian time. If it's BST, that is always going to be 14, and 17, and 2000 hours. But we have to make sure that all these things are right now reverted to into our own timing so that we can all work accordingly and get ourselves prepared. We're hoping for the minimal or of disruption to GRTS this time around. Whatever might come, I cannot prophesize, I don't know, but things happen, and if things happen, we just deal with it. That's just the way we are.
Sir, your guys, Gamtel, they have a football team. When are we going to see Africell FC?
When are we going to see an Africell team? The Africell team was here before, gentlemen, and I'm sorry, we don't want to go back. It was here big time. So yes, you ask your colleagues, perhaps you are really from.
Yes, I can.
Is Africell more concerned with sports?
My belief is sports still remains very much unexploited in this country. Very unexploited. Look at this, we are all operating in sports. The opportunities in sports are too numerous, far too many to even start thinking. What do we do in sports in here? Just report it and play it. We don't have too many managers. We don't have, the sports industry is as big as anything. And it is Africell's wishes, because sports can employ every single individual Gambian youth. So we hope this would motivate, this would open avenues, this will make people think that it's not only to play football or to go to football house or to sit in Olympic house. That's when you can be involved in football. There are over 210 professions related to sports of all levels. You can read it, you can practice it, you can become an expert. So this is what motivates Africell, because we cannot employ everybody, but we can show you the route to employment. You can better yourself and employ yourself and have a most decent life. We spoke of how, most of these professionals and the money they earn. So I say dirty money? Yes, dirty money. But why not? How much does the coaches earn? The masseuse at the Premier League club, how much does he earn? The physio, the doctor, the kit man, the groundsman. That's just a club. Not talking about the team and its staff. When you go into athletics, it's the same. On all the sports that you can imagine, some of which are not even practiced in this country or not even heard of. Motorsport, as expensive as it may be, golf, perhaps a sport for the elite. Well, we can gate class it. We can. Ice hockey, ski jumping, rugby, sally bandy, polo, you name it. These are all sports. Why can't we play them? It's okay. And Africell is here to encourage youngsters to look up to sports. Because we are into sports, because we have too few sports that we are all interested in, which is football, we can't help it. That's why Africell is here to support at all times. That's one thing we need to know. Thank you.
I want to add, this, I get your question right, it's like you think the concentration or the emphasis is on sports more. But that is because we're discussing only sports here, but we are into everything. You'll be amazed, we're in the education, we're in the health sector, you name it. Because of the discussion this afternoon is sports, football in general. That's why we're talking more about sports. But there are a whole lot of things that we are doing different from football.
Thank you. Let's have more. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Alaji Mane. I work with the Standard newspaper. I guess my question is, it goes to Mr. Cisse. You said that Africell is trying to show that they indeed care for their subscribers or their customers. So I guess my question is, what advice do you have for those skeptics or critics out there who might view this initiative as a way of Africell just expanding their business or initiatives? Thank you.
Expansion. I think if you understand Africell's operations as a business, as a GSM operator, a service provider in this country, Africell, I'm just going to give you a little synopsis of what it is Africell. Africell was the second GSM company to be licensed in this country. First is, of course, Gamcell, and Africell came into the scene, and then you have the rest. And Africell's, the market in which we operate is so fierce, very competitive, you know, and you have to ask yourself, what is it that Africell has been doing over the years to allow, to see Africell grow the manner in which it has grown, in the number of subscribers, it has in our books. So that should take you in awe as to what it is that we've been doing in here, or the men and women who were here before me, to work so hard and to expand this business. Because Africell is involved in the numbering business. So that's what sets us apart from the rest. Whatever we do as a business leader, that's why this year GCCI awarded Africell as the leading business in this country. Amongst all the well-established businesses in the country, Africell stands out. Whatever we do, we want to expand. We want to grow. That's why we are upgrading on our 3Gs. We are upgrading on our voices. Of late, according to PURA, that's the regulators, Africell invested in its upgrading almost 50% of what the entire GSM family, that is, the total was $260 million. Africell invested $130 million just to upgrade, just to invest. So what are the rest of the operators doing? So you can understand why we are where we are, because we work so diligently. We work with this vision of the leadership in here to make sure that we stay on top. And that's why we are doing what we are doing. This is just one of the things that we do very best. This is not the largest of packages we've paid to have these championship on screen. So that just tells you what it is that we're doing. Nani was talking about partnership with the football, because our football, local football, is in need. Yes. One thing you need to know, and I would tell you, is that Africell is always in partnership and in support of the Football Federation. Just last week, I received a letter on my table for the Federation requesting for support, and we have minuted what it is that we're going to do, because Gambia plays Morocco on Saturday, and then South Africa on the 4th of June. So all these are things that Africell supports in. The last major time we were in support of the federation was during the Gambia-Cameroon match. And the rest, as we say, is history. Africell has always been here to support, and we will not divulge some of the things that happen. And you also remember Africell has this longest standing history of supporting Gambian football. And it has not always been Africell who has been coming out on top. And that's also leaves some sort of a bad taste in our mouth, so we don't want to go into that. But yet still we are here, still supporting Gambian football, supporting the federation, supporting all associations for that matter. Yeah.
I just want to add, the gentleman's, I think, question is, though the question is directed to Mr. Cisse, but I'll try to give a little bit input. You said what we're going to tell our skeptics about maybe we're trying to expand. Seeing is believing, and what we are doing, people are seeing it. We're giving out money to winners, right? Gifts, presents, and everything. So no need for them to be skeptical, because we are doing it for everybody to see, and it's very transparent.
Thank you.
And the other guy about the sponsorship in football, in fact, that's how Mr. Cisse joined us. First, we had Mr. Cisse as a consultant to give us guidelines to sponsor football at federation level. He did the study and everything. As he said, that's history now and will continue, but we've tried to do everything to go into partnership with them. So we're still in it.
My name is Binti Jane from Affinity Productions. My question is, what are your expectations after sponsoring this Euro Championship, and what can the general public expect from Africell as part of your CSR? Thank you.
Everything we do, we remain unrivaled, because there's no rival to what we do. We don't have a business rival. We don't have a rival because we have to be a little bit close to be a rival. If I am too far ahead of you, you have to run after me. And that's what everyone is doing. Everyone is running after Africell. Expectations is just to keep us where we are and grow, because we want to grow. But you cannot grow beyond your public. That is, you cannot grow beyond. If, for example, we have 1.4 million subscribers, what's the population of the Gambia? Anybody? 1.8. 1.8. The rest of the the GSMs is 300,000, 200,000, 400,000. You know, that's how the numbers are. And the truth is that we believe that we want to be in every home. We want to be in every house. We want every Gambian to be carrying an Africell SIM card. And we will not rest until that happens, because we are covering 95% of the country, 95% of the inhabitable areas of the country. And we are going out universally, gradually. That means everybody, wherever you are, we want you to be talking through Africell. And that's our drive. Hopefully we will be able to, I don't know when. Recently I went on a tour with the regulator Kura all over the country. We visited 19 towns and villages. And surprise, surprise, wherever we go, it's Africell. Yeah, sporadic areas where, you know, network problems here and there, but it is just those kind of black spots, which hopefully, you know, with some serious study, we will see how best to address them. But we want to be in every house, we want to be in every pocket, that is where phones are kept, and even if we can, we want to be in every phone in the country. I mean, that is just, you know, me talking. But yes, think about it in that manner. The second part of your question was our CSR. You know, you don't count your CSR as, it's just something you want to give out to the public, and you also want to be seen to be contributing. Africell last year, 2015, paid $500 million in taxes to the state. So does that raise eyebrows? Yes. Almost $500 million, this is what we paid to the treasury. So you're talking about CSR? We're unrivaled in CSR. Yes, I can prove that. The records are here, the portfolios are here, the files are here. Ronald Senghor is and my alibi. Our CSR, that is our portfolio, what we give out, what we dole out. Nobody in this country can match. Nobody. But I mean, that's all. We don't expect anything in return for CSR. We seem to be giving out to the public. And that's what we do in appreciation of what it is that the public has been doing for and with Africell. Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's now Mori Traore. Musa, thank you very much for coming with this initiative. It's been a great thing for Gambians, to see the Euro on the screens. Africell has been there for everybody, for Gambians, where before we struggle to go to the video club, we can sit in our house and just watch the games. We appreciate that contribution to Africell to develop Gambian sports. What do you want to know? For the past, Africell, anytime they launch this kind of thing, they will tell people how much they are going to involve, how much they'll be involved. So it's very important. Anybody that lives in the house wants to know how much that will cost Africell to bring the Euro to their step door. So what I want to ask, we want to know how much Africell is going to put in place to get this Euro to the Gambians.
It costs a lot of money, as you said, huge. So you can just put it on. There you go. To be on the record, I mean something over $3 million is, over $3 million is. So you can imagine, and we're going to give more than that. We're going to give out more than that. Yes.
So that sums it up.
We're going to give out huge. So you can count, and it will always be
So,
huge.
sir,
Yes, sir.
you see, go around my question, but now when I pick down Mori and then the 3 million comes out. I told me it's a surprise, but that's why I didn't know.
You didn't ask for that.
No. I thought it was a surprise.
It's still the surprise. There is no definitive answer.
Yeah.
So we just said huge.
Yeah.
Over that. And in your case, an indication was made over $1 million.
Yeah.
Now let us go another step, say 3. If somebody asks, we'll say 5, and then there we go.
So that's it. That's how much we spent a lot of money, and we're also spending a lot of money on improving or setting up a studio in GRTS. Of course, off the record. We are already on record. So you can imagine, we have to do a lot. Yeah. So let me just take this opportunity on behalf of my CEO and MD and Mr. Ibrahim Barry and everyone at Africell to thank you all for coming. I hope you make a good use of the information gathered here today. And feel free, reach out to us anytime you want. Whatever clarification you want, whatever information you want, it's very important that we want the right information out. If you are not so, pick up a phone, call me, call Ronald Senghor, Mr. Barry here, probably not reachable, but I'm available, that anytime. So, and thank you so much for coming. And let's have a prayer, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming.